just based off of how I feel and I really get into the scenes and just kind of go with the moment. So I don't know if they're sure that I'm joking myself. Sometimes they're like, "You sound like you're joking." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I was." Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Aaron Yeager line, and can you say it?
You know, here's the thing about favorite lines. So there's no table read for anime. So you go in, you work, and that's the first time you see the line, and then it's gone forever. So a lot of times I don't remember lines until I watch it, and I haven't watched it yet because I'm just watching it on Toonami. But I think one off the top of my head is, "I'm sending the Titans back to hell. I'm gonna slaughter them all." But I know there's other lines that were pretty epic, but I haven't seen them yet, so I don't want to try to remember them and then do them wrong and then watch it and be like, "Hey, he did that line and that's not how he sounds in the." So we'll have to wait. It might change later. Yeah.
What made Funimation do the Pokemon Origins?
Actually, I don't work necessarily for just Funimation. I'm a freelance actor, which means I work for whoever hires me. And Funimation hired me to do Attack on Titan. And actually, that's my first project that I've done for Funimation, the only time I've gone out there. Because they're in Texas, and I live in LA, so the commute is kind of far. So, you were asking about Pokemon Origins.
Yeah.
That is a company called Pokemon who owns that show. And I auditioned for the part, and they cast me, and that was the first time I worked for them. They typically record in New York. So I thought that was another show that I'd never be able to even read for. But they wanted a different sound for Origins because it's in, a different sort of world, a different time period. So they came to LA and hired a bunch of actors in LA to work on the show. So I was totally stoked to be able to work on that. And to play Red because I played Pokemon Red when I was younger. So it was awesome. I knew what was going to happen. I watched the show in Japanese and I'm like, "Wait a second, I've seen this before." Because I played the games just like the game. But yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, you got a favorite one?
I mean, the classic, number one, fighter, red mage, white mage. I mean, that was good memories. But I think it's 3, where with the moves and all that stuff. I haven't played it for a long time.
Onion nuts.
With the
Super
classic?
Nintendo,
Yeah,
yeah.
Final Fantasy 6.
Oh, 6, yeah. Okay. I thought it was 3.
It got released in North America.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a long story.
I'm so old school, I had Final Fantasy 3. Before it was officially 6.
It's a long story.
Yeah. And then 7. I played through 7 also. I never played 9. And I haven't. Someone at a convention gave me it. I just haven't had time to play it yet. But I'm going to. Alright, yeah.
When are you, or did you already do the voice acting for Sword Art Online the movie?
Are you talking about the extra edition?
Yes.
We haven't worked on that, and I hope I get to. But I might have mentioned this at another panel. They don't tell voice actors anything because we talk, and they think we're going to spoil secrets. So I have no idea if we're going to work on that. But I assume we will. If they're going to do season 2 in English, I assume we will because it really bridges the 2 seasons, I think. So, crossing my fingers that I get to work on it. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah.
I know that you sing a lot through letters in Japanese are pretty funny. And do you have a personal favorite anime when you watch anime? Like, is there something you like that maybe you don't end up listening because you wrote it?
Well, I mean, like growing up, I watched a lot of anime. I loved Dragon Ball Z.
Woo!
Yeah! I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and then go to karate.
bad mix.
Get pumped up by watching Dragon Ball Z, and then go in and be like, yeah, I'm gonna turn Super Saiyan on. So yeah, Dragon Ball Z. I watched a good amount of Naruto, but I'm definitely not 500 episodes into Naruto. And I got to work on that. I'm in the 5th movie. If you guys have seen the 5th movie. So I was stoked about that.
I don't remember. I have to check.
I play a character named Muku.
Oh.
He turns into a big monster. Hope I don't spoil it. But yeah, it was awesome to work on that show. Right now, I've just been so busy, I haven't gotten myself into another show, but I'm sure I'm going to.
Bitches have to be on Facebook.
So let's do this. We'll keep working this way. So, yeah.
Is there any character that you played, which one have you been most related to about all the characters that you've done?
I think my personality is most like Rin when he's happy. Because I get excited over just like little things. What was I breaking the microphone? Just any sort of little thing, and I just feel like I'm that sort of, I don't know. It's hard not to smile all the time because I'm always pretty happy, except when I'm Aaron.
Aaron's never fucking happy.
So yeah, I would say happy Rin, not burning people Rin. Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, my parents pushed me into martial arts until I found a reason to want to stay. What was your reason for sticking with it?
I think because of how challenging it was. And especially with Muay Thai, it's always changing. You might be the best fighter in the gym on Monday and come back on Tuesday and get your butt kicked. And I thought that was cool. I thought it was, really interesting to have constant challenges. And I think that if you do study martial arts, you need to always challenge yourself. My instructors used to say black belt is the beginning of your training. It's just the start, because that's when you really start to learn and see things for what they are, and grow as a martial artist. So the challenge is what kept me there. Yeah.
Bryce, I just want to say I'm really excited to meet you.
I meet you too.
What was your favorite thing about working on Bravely Default?
Oh, Bravely Default, because it's like Final Fantasy. That was a great experience. I had a ton of lines as kids, and I had heard rumors about the game, about bringing back that style of RPG, and I was just stoked to be part of it. I really want to pick up a copy, and I haven't yet because I would just only play Bravely Default.
Yeah.
It would essentially consume my life. Is that where you're at right now? Yeah, I've heard it does that. But just being able to work for Square Enix is awesome. And I hope they bring Bravely Second to the US. Crossing my fingers. Put pressure on that. Alright, yeah, right there. Yes.
How did it feel to work with other voice actors for everyone?
So, this is kind of interesting. When we do dubbing for anime, we are in a room by ourselves. The other actors are not there. So a lot of the scenes I did in SAO with Sherman, I did before I met her. We actually met in between sessions. I had just finished recording, I was walking out, and she was about to start. So during the process, we didn't interact very much. Literally, hi, I'm Bryce, I'm Kirito. Hi, I'm Sherman, I'm Asuna. Good to meet you. See you later. That was it. It wasn't until conventions that we really got a chance to talk about our experience, and it was so cool to hear her point of view and her stories. The type of recording where you're in a room with the other actors is prelay, where you record something and they animate to your voice. And I've done a little bit of that, but I hope to do a lot more of that. Because that seems like a lot of fun to be able to hang out with people and riff off them and play off them, like it's a movie. But most of the time, I'm in the box by myself. That's why this is such a cool experience for me, because I record something and, you know, most of the time there's a big gap between when I record it and when people actually hear it. So I have no idea if I've done well or not until I come to conventions and people go, "You were awesome in this," or "This scene where this happened, you know, I started crying because I could feel the emotion come through," and I'm just like, "Yes, it worked." I did well in my bubble.
In my box.
It's an amazing experience for me to come to conventions and meet everybody. Yeah.
One, don't hate me for this, but
I like where this is starting. Don't hate me for this, but.
for some reason, I don't know if this is just me or just what it is, but I feel like you kind of sound similar like
I sound like Vic. I've heard that before.
No.
I don't know.
Vic sucks.
Maybe the characters that we've been casting have been similar in age. But you know, I sound like a lot of other people. I've heard I sound like Yuri Lowenthal. There's
Don't judge me.
And Sam Riegel will be working on the show.
Oh God.
And I'll do a line and they'll be like,
People I would
"Wait,
meet.
you sound just like Sam. You gotta change it up a little bit." There'll be times when Johnny and I are playing off each other. We're working on a show called Tenkai Nights, and Johnny and I have a lot of lines with each other, and I'll do a reaction, and they'll take that, and it'll sound like the same person is doing the reaction twice. So sometimes I sound like Johnny. So it's funny. I think just trying to play those kind of characters, people just cross vocal ranges. But I mean, I might sound a bit like him, but I'm definitely a different person.
Just a traitor.
what was there an anime or any job that you wanted to get but you didn't? Like if there was for example an anime that you really liked and wanted to be part of it, but you didn't get it?
Tons. The majority of anime that I audition for, I don't get. It looks like I'm working a lot, and I'm doing extremely well. You know, I'm so thankful that I'm doing this well, but I love working, and I want to work on every anime show. I want to work on every show, just so I can continue to do this. So, anime in particular, or just any show, because I mean, I want to work on SpongeBob. That would be amazing. I mean, there's too many to name. I don't know. I'll have to think about like things I've auditioned for that I was just like super bummed that it didn't work out. Most of the time, I'll audition for things and then I'll forget that I auditioned for them. Like I never did, because most of the time you're not going to book what you audition for. So Patrick Seitz compared it to this at a convention. Being a voice actor is like going to Disneyland. And when you audition, you're driving to Disneyland. And you drive up, you see it, and they say, "Okay, park's closed, go home." So you turn around and go home. So then you go to Disneyland again. "Woo, here's Disneyland. Get in the parking lot, now go home." Then you go to Disneyland, they cast you, you get to go inside Disneyland! And it's awesome. But most of the time, you drive into the parking lot, you see it, and they send you home. No problem. So, I want to go to Disneyland! Yeah.
Have you ever worked with Tony Jaa before?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I have not worked with Tony Jaa, but I'm a big fan. That guy is incredible. And it's really cool that he's bringing Muay Thai to the movies. And his stuff is super legit also. The techniques that he's doing are correct. And that's awesome that he's showing the proper Muay Thai form, while doing things that are superhuman, like walking on people's heads. It's just insane. But yeah, I'm a big fan, but I've never worked with him. Yeah.
Going back to Tony Jaa real quick, have you ever seen the movie The Protector?
Yes. Yes,
That
I
was
have.
the first time I actually ever saw him in a movie, and I just thought that was amazing, the stunts he did himself.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible. I was a big fan of Jackie Chan also. Speaking of, yeah, speaking of guys who do crazy stunts. But Tony Jaa is just like superhuman. Yeah. Hi.
It's not more so towards you if she's comfortable with asking similar questions towards your wife. Samantha? Have a question?
All right. Question for
Okay.
Samantha.
My thing. Alright, one, your sensation is awesome. Two, aside from practicing on your significant other, have you ever had to use Muay Thai in a self-defense situation? If so, did you ever pull punches, knees, elbows in doing so?
I never have. Like, I'm really fortunate to have a better not situation. But I will say that I love it as a workout. So if, you know, we can do like skipping or even have some, situations where having fun and be afraid to take any more chances, you're always gonna get a workout.
I'll say from my point of view, I feel a lot more comfortable with Samantha being out by herself sometimes, knowing that if someone attacked her, she could really do damage. I mean, like serious
She could rock their
damage.
world.
And I don't think someone would expect that from her, but yeah, she's pretty dangerous. Don't mess with her. Yeah.
I know Muay Thai is more about using the body rather than like any other styles such as use weapons and martial arts. So, can you give a shout out to my friend Patrick Miller?
Sure. Do you want to record me?
No.
To Patrick Miller?
Yeah.
Say, what's up to Patrick Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, weapons. Using a weapon. I trained with a bow, which is a long staff, in Tong Soo. I've done a little bit of nunchucks. I never really excelled in weapons. I was really attracted to the fighting and the sparring and getting into the thick of it. I have trained also in Dos Pares, which is a Filipino stick fighting style. They do 2 sticks, sticking knife, 1 stick, and then some empty hand. And in one of my tests, they put, it's like bear fighting gear on you. It's like a huge cage and like this stuff that covers you, and you fight, like really fight with the sticks. And the thing about those is when they hit you, they vibrate in a certain way that just shatters your bones. So it is brutal. And that was pretty scary doing that stuff. I'll stick to the gloves. And what was your friend's name again?
Patrick Miller.
Patrick Miller. Ready? What's up, Patrick Miller? How you doing? Alright, yeah. We have time for just 2 more questions.
Do you have
One more question? 2 more questions. Okay, yeah.
Do you have an opinion on whether you like sword art online or alpine online?
I like them both. I think Einkrag, that arc, is a little more epic, so I tend to pick that one over Alpine. But I have to say this, I watched the entire show in Japanese before I started working on it, and going through it again in English made me appreciate the Alpine arc a lot more, because I understood all the jokes and things hit home better. So I really like them both. It's a fantastic show. Okay, last question. We're gonna go way in the back.
Are there any martial arts styles that you haven't tried that you want to?
Martial arts that I haven't tried that I would like to try. Yeah, definitely. I would like to try some like traditional sword, I think that would be really cool. The focus and concentration of the guys who do like the traditional sword forms and styles, they're pretty amazing. There's one guy who trains at my gym, and I've seen him do some of his sword with real swords, and it's pretty impressive. So I would like to give that a try. That would be cool if I had more time. But there's only so many hours in the day. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to my Muay Thai class. Definitely awesome. I think I'm going to do this again. Yeah. I'm all done in Cold Oak Fun. Thank you guys for such a great weekend.